It's like her intro. Are you there, Cynthia? I can't hear you. Mm-mm. Well, that's okay because I was going to mute everyone anyway. As long as you can hear me. Okay, I'm going to get started. Is everyone ready? Okay. So we've got light weights, a foam roller, and a washcloth, just one. We're going to start standing up. We're going to bring our feet wider, slightly wider than our hips, and a little bit turned out, right? And take your arms out to the sides, and we're going to try to keep our knees straight and our back straight and hinge forward from the hip. Hinge forward and come up. Right? Yeah, so take a deep breath in, hinge forward, and exhale, come up. As you hinge forward, I want you to try to stick your booty out a little bit, like your tailbone up towards the sky, and come up. Keep going. Inhale down, bring your head down with you, and exhale, come up. You can slightly bend your knees if that feels better. If not, try to keep them straight. We're going to do 3 more. Last 2. Last one, we're going to hinge forward and stay there. You're going to bend your knees and straighten. And bend and straighten. 5 more. 4. 3. 2. And last one. And unhinge. And just lower your arms for a second. Take your arms back up to the sides. We're just going to twist. You're going to twist and look at the hand that's behind you, and then come back forward. And other way. Let's go for 6. 5. Try to keep your hips facing forward as you rotate. If they come with you just a little bit, that's okay. 1 more on each side. And last one. Okay, lower the arms. You're going to take the arms up again. We're going to go into side bends. You're going to side bend one direction, doesn't matter which way. Reach with the bottom hand and reach with the top hand. And then come back, 2 arms out to the sides, and then switch directions. Nice and slow. Make sure that if you're side bending, your right hand is over your head, try to push that right shoulder back, right? We don't want to close up at the front. And same goes for the other side. Left arm overhead, left shoulder pushes back a little bit. Let's do 2 more each way. Last one each way, take it slow. Don't rush through it. Stay in that side bend for a couple of seconds. And last one. Okay, lower your arms. We're gonna get down to the floor. You're gonna turn, so you're like in a lunge position. Place your hands on one thigh, whichever leg is to the front. Bend the other one. Lower the other knee. And come onto all fours. Okay. Hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. Elbows are slightly bent. We're just gonna pull the belly in, and you're gonna take your right leg and straighten it behind you. And make sure you're not lifting that right hip out to the side. You're pushing it down towards the ground, reaching back with the leg, and hold it. Go ahead and lower it. And then switch sides. And what we're trying to do here is not shimmy too much side to side as you're switching legs. Keeping that belly pulled in so you're not, try not to stick your butt out too much so you're not arching your lower back. Let's do one more on each side, then we're gonna add the arm. Let's go ahead and add the opposite arm. So if your right leg is behind you, left arm reaches forward. And then lower. Switch sides, left leg behind you, right arm reaches forward. Or whatever leg you have up, just the opposite arm goes forward. And reach, reach, reach. And don't forget to breathe. We're going to take a deep breath in as we lengthen. And then exhale as we lower. Keep pushing the ground away from you with those hands. So your shoulder blades are flat against your back. Let's do one more on each side. Last one here. And then go ahead and sit back on your heels and relax for a moment. Let's come back to all fours. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to float our knees off the mat, and we're going to hold that position for a little bit. All right, just floating the knees, working those lower abdominals. Good job. And then go ahead and lower the knees and relax. Take a break. We're going to do 2 more sets. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift the knees. Continue breathing here as you hold the knees off the ground. And lower the knees down. Last time. We're going to add a little variation here at the end though. You're going to lift the knees off, hold. From here, you're going to push your hips up, straighten your legs into a downward dog and lower your heels down. And then we're going to come back into all fours, floating the knees off the mat. And we're going to do that 4 more times. Downward dog, lift the hips, drop your chest through your hands. And then back to floating the knees off the ground. And last 3. And last 2. And last 1. And then lower your knees, untuck your toes, and sit back in child's pose. Reach forward with your arms. You can open up your knees even wider than the mat to get a little more hip, stretch in your hips, but you don't have to. Okay. Come back up. And we're gonna come onto, let's do our left side together. On our forearm, on the left forearm. So your knees are bent. We're gonna bring our heels together, toes apart, but your feet are still down on the mat, or your bottom foot, I guess. And we're gonna open into our clam and close. So it's important not to collapse into our supporting shoulder. So we're gonna push that mat away from us. Keep that left side lifted as well. And make sure that that right hip doesn't fall back as your knee opens. You want those hips to be stacked. Let's go ahead and lift both feet off the ground and continue with those clams. Heels together, toes apart in the Pilates V. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead and lower your feet down. You're gonna lift your top leg up and then straighten it in front of you. We're gonna go little pulses up and down. So straight in front of your hip, not out to the side, but in front of your hip. Cynthia, bring the leg forward in front of your hip. Yes, there you go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna lower the leg, touch the ground, and lift it up. And lower, and lift. Continue pushing that left shoulder away from your ear. And you got 5, and 4, 3, 2. Last one, keep that leg lifted, almost down, tiny little circles forward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower your leg. Whew. Good job. Okay. We're gonna come to seated and cross this working leg over your bottom leg, if that feels okay. My hips are not flexible, so my knee's not lowering, but that's okay. And we're gonna just do a stretch. Take your right hand, bring in front of your right knee, and twist. And then we're gonna go the opposite direction, switch sides. And then come back to center. And we're gonna go to the other side. So right forearm down, knees bent. You can lie down as well, absolutely. And again, push the shoulder away from you. Lift your right side up, stack your hips. Go ahead and bring your heels together, toes apart, and then open, close. Good. Let's go ahead and lift our feet up. Keep the bottom leg down. Keep those abs engaged and your right obliques. 5, and 4, 3, 2. The last one. And lower everything down. We're gonna lift your top leg up and you're gonna straighten it in front of you. Go ahead and little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the ground, lift it back up. About hip height, nothing crazy. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. The last one, keep the leg lifted, little circles from the hip. Make sure it's not just your ankle. 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse it. 8. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower. Woo. All right, let's do those stretches. My bottom leg is bent already. I'm gonna bring my top leg over my bottom. And go ahead and twist. Left hand, or whichever side. We're gonna do both sides anyway, so. And then go twist the opposite direction. And come back to center. Okay, uncross your legs and turn, we're gonna lie down on our back. Let's go for some bridging here. All right, so feet are about hip distance apart. We're gonna do articulating bridge. So create that little space underneath your lower back. Tilt your pelvis, your pubic bone towards you. Flatten your lower back against the mat and then slowly roll up. Shoulders are relaxed, pressed into the mat. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, slowly roll back down. Wake up those back muscles a little bit. Keep going. Articulate, feeling that lift of bone by bone off the mat. Pushing down into your heels, squeezing those glutes, and then exhale, lower back down. Last one like this. And articulate all the way down. Okay, we're gonna add on to this. So you're gonna lift back up into your bridge. You're gonna bring your, let's start with the left leg up into tabletop. From here, you're gonna open your left knee out to the side and scoop your left foot under your right. And if you need a little space, you can walk that right foot forward a little bit. So your hip kind of opens up to the side, okay? And then you're gonna come back to your tabletop position, lifting the hip back up. And then scoop it under again, open up the hip, and then back to tabletop. And 2 more. I know that standing leg is hurting, working hard. And last one. And lower your left leg. And here you can articulate back down just to take a little moment. And then you're gonna come back up and do the other side. Now lift your right leg into tabletop, scoop it under your left leg and open up that right hip to the side. And then come back up. And then again. And up. Last 2. And last 1. And lower your foot and articulate down. Okay, we are going to start working with our foam roller now. So grab your foam roller. And okay. So this guy is a little bit tough. So you don't have to use a foam roller for this if you don't want to, but let me show you what we're doing. So you're going to bring the foam roller the long way, and the end of it is going to be right, so your foot's going to go on top of it, okay? Can you see that? right? So just one foot though, just make sure it's one leg, right? The other leg is on the floor. So this is the challenging part here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lift our hips up into a bridge. From here, trying to stabilize that left leg on the foam roller, you're gonna bring your right leg into tabletop. If that's too much and it's just not working for you today, that's fine. Get rid of the foam roller, do it without it, okay? And then we're gonna go with straightening, lowering, and lifting that other leg. All right, so choose what works for you today. I'm gonna try the foam roller. And when you're ready, you're gonna lift your hips up, take your other leg. So my left leg is on the foam roller or the ground. My right leg is gonna go up to the sky, and I'm gonna lower that right leg and lift it up, and lower, and lift. And I'm only going for 4 more. Keep that right hip lifted. Don't let it drop as the leg goes down. Very common. And last one. And bend your right knee and lower your foot and lower your hips down. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. So my right foot stays on the ground now, or the foam roller. I'm gonna lift my hips up first, stabilize that right side. Whether you're on the floor or not, squeeze that right glute. Take your left leg up, and then go ahead and lower it, and lift. And 4, and 3, 2, and last one, and bend your knee, lower your left leg down, and drop your hips down onto the floor. Okay, good. Come on over onto your side. Whoops. Press yourself up. And we're gonna come back onto all 4s. Grab your foam roller and place it horizontally in front of you. And you're gonna place your forearms on the foam roller. But we're gonna start with, roll it kind of forward a little bit so you're, what we're gonna do is you're gonna place your, palms are facing in and you're placing the foam roller underneath your wrist. We're gonna roll it forward and then drop your hips down so you end up in the modified plank position. So drop your hips to the floor like that. Christine, drop your hips. Yes, so you're on your knees. You're still on your knees, you're not laying down. And then you rock back. So we're just rolling back and forward. Roll forward, you're on your knees, hips come forward a little bit, not all the way down onto the floor, and then come back. It's your modified plank, right? So if I didn't have a roller, without the roller, it just basically looks like this. I'm dropping my hips forward and then coming back, right? So keep doing that. Roll it forward and come back. Now we're gonna add on to this. You're gonna roll it forward, drop your hips, or push them forward rather, come back, and then you're gonna come up onto your knees, arms straight, and we're gonna twist. You're gonna open one arm out to the side, reach it back and look at it, and then come back to center. And then switch sides. And then come back to center. And we're gonna put our forearms back down onto the foam roller, roll them forward, back into that modified plank we were in, and then come back. And then one more time, lifting up onto our knees and twisting. Take your time, you don't have to do this in sync with me. And then lower down onto your heels. Place your hands on the foam roller, roll it forward. We're just gonna do our nice stretch again in our child's pose here. Okay. Now go ahead and take the roller. We're going to stay on all fours here, and you're going to bring the roller under your knees. Once you get comfy there, you're going to float your feet off the mat, or you can keep your right foot down, because what we're going to do is we're going to take your left leg and bring it behind you. So it's a little bit harder if your opposite foot is off the ground, but it's up to you. You can keep it down too. Keep that leg straight behind you. We're going to lower it down onto the mat, tap the ground, and lift it up. And tap and lift. Keep that left booty squeezed. And that left hip is facing down. 4, 3, and 2. And last one. Lower that knee down onto the foam roller. Right leg. So again, your left foot can stay down on the mat or lift it up. And then go ahead and lower your right leg, tap and lift. Tap and lift. And 3, and 2, and last one. And bring your knees down. Carefully roll the roller forward. And let's do a little bit of arms here. You're gonna have a seat in front of the roller. Knees bent, feet on the ground, hands on the foam roller. Okay, so a little tricep work here. We're gonna lift up a little bit. You can bring your feet closer to you, makes it just a little bit easier, or forward is harder. And you're gonna bend your elbows, we're only doing 8. Bend your elbows, lower your booty, and lift up again, okay? Again, if this can be done without the foam roller too. You can stay on the mat, lift your hips up, and then little bends, okay? So totally up to you. We're doing 8 total. You already started, so we'll probably have about 4 left. 3, and 2, and last one, and have a seat. Okay. Lower down. So the foam roller is about at the tip of your shoulder blades. We're going to do a little bit of a hip flexor work here, and then move on to arms. Hands go behind your head so you can support your neck. You're going to take your right leg up towards the sky. Try to keep it straight. And you're going to lower your leg without touching the ground and lift. And lower and lift. And you've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And lower your right foot down, and then left leg comes up, and then lower and lift. So you're still working that standing leg, right? Your right leg is pushing down into the mat. Inhale down, exhale up. Neck is nice and long. Last 2, and last one, and bend your knee and relax. Let's do a little quick stretch. Straighten your legs. You can keep your hands behind your head, and you're just gonna lower your chest or go roll over the roller. If you want, you can let your hands go. And then see if you can touch the ground with your head, but you don't have to. And then come all the way up. Let's do a hip flexor stretch since we just worked them. Take the roller out, keep your knees bent. You're gonna lie down like you're getting ready for a bridge. You lift your hips up and place the roller underneath your tailbone. So make sure it's not under your lower back, but your tailbone. Bend your right knee to your chest. Straighten your left leg. And then try to touch the ground with that left leg. Reach it forward. Keep it straight, right? It's important to keep that left leg straight. Ooh, feeling tight today. And then go ahead and switch sides. Left knee to chest, right leg is straight. All right. Place both feet down on the mat, lift your hips up, and then take the roller out. We're gonna come to seated. And you can get comfy here. You can cross your legs like this, or you can also sit on your knees like this. So whatever feels good to you. I'm gonna do it this way, and we're gonna grab our weights. And I hope you have light weights. I have 2s. Because we're gonna be doing quite a few things with them. Your arms are gonna get tired. Okay. Everybody good to go? You're gonna take the arms up into your goal pose position. We're gonna straighten one arm over our head, lower it, and then the other. That's all we're gonna do for now. We're just gonna keep switching. Try not to do this. Try not to lean or lift that shoulder up. Good. Keep lifting, keep lengthening up. So we don't want to be sitting like this, collapsed. Let's do one more on each side. Then we're gonna go with both arms straightening at the same time. Your last one. And then go ahead, both arms straighten and lower. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 4, 3. So make sure it's a goal post, right? So palms are facing forward and you're bending so your wrists are over your elbows. Last one, come back into your goal post. This is it for this wheel pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your arms. Just relax for a second. You can roll your shoulders back. Forward and back. Okay, come back into your goal pose position. Now we're gonna open the arms out to letter T. Let's have our palms face up and then back to goal pose. Palms are facing in, out and in. Oh, I should have started with one arm at a time. That's okay, we'll go back to that. 4, 3, 2. The last one, close and little pulses. 10, 9, little pulses up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. And again, relax for a second. Okay. Now we're gonna take our elbows to our ribs, and my arms are open slightly into diagonal. So they're not in front of me, they're out into diagonal like this, basically towards my knees, right? Now you're gonna reach one arm out to the side. So again, it's not really the side because the side is here into a diagonal, and then bring it back. And then switch left arm and come back. Good. Still sitting up tall. Breathe, inhale out, exhale in. One more on each side. And then both arms reaching out and in, and out, and in. Good. 5 more, and then of course we pulse. 4, 3, 2, last one, bring them back to your rib cage and then little pulses out like this. Out to the sides, the same direction we were going the whole time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower the arms. And again, relax. You can circle your head around or your shoulders, whatever feels good. Okay. All right, so now elbows are still by our ribs, but now you're gonna bring your arms forward like this. So before they were out to here, now I want them in front, okay? Good, and then we're gonna lift one arm over your head. Palm is gonna face forward now, and the hand's gonna rotate, and then back down. And then other side. If you feel like your weights are too heavy, you can do this without them. Keep going, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and you guessed it, now both arms up and down, and up and down, and 5, 4, 3, last 2. On your last one, you're gonna keep them up, and let's finish with little pulses. Lightly bend your elbows and straighten. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, lower your waist down for a second. We're gonna come up onto your knees, and you're gonna grab your washcloth. So, and then grab your weights again. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna take, this is my right leg, out to the side like this on the washcloths. We're gonna bring our hands behind our body with the palms facing away. So we're gonna hinge forward, and as you hinge, I don't know if you can see, but my leg is reaching out to the side a little more, like it's gliding on the washcloths. And then as I come up, it comes back to me. Can't see my leg, can you? Let me show you this way. So I hinge forward, see how my leg moves away, and then I come back up, and my leg comes back towards me. It's not something that you purposely do. Your body has to do it because you're hinging forward. It does it involuntarily. No, voluntarily, excuse me. All right, so hinge forward. So your arms are active behind you, right? They're straight, and you're lifting them off your back. Make sure they're not resting. And again, hinging forward with a straight back, just like we did in the beginning of class, and coming back up. You're also getting a little hip work here. Let's do 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Last one, you're gonna stay in that hinge, and then you're gonna pulse the arms up. Palms are facing up too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Bring your leg back to you if it wasn't already. You can do this without the leg out to the side. Now you're gonna face your palms in towards your body. You're gonna hinge forward again. Bring the arms back. Keep your elbows up as you bend at the elbow and straighten back out. Chest is open. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Unhinge. Other side. Okay? Almost done. So again, don't have to use the leg out to the side. Might not be the most comfortable thing for your hips. So you can just stay on your knees. That's fine too. All right, but if you are using it, go ahead. Let's hinge forward. And then come up. Arms are floating. So you're using your triceps still. Straight back hinge. Make sure there's no rounding happening anywhere. Last 3. And 2. And last 1. All right, bring that leg back. Let's do some triceps. We're gonna do pulses now, so we're not gonna do the same thing. You're gonna hinge forward, float the arms up, palms away, little pulses up. We did that on the other side, but that's okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up, bring them towards each other. Little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax for a second. We're gonna do one more set of the pulses. Hinge forward, lift the arms up again, little pulses up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then towards each other. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Whew. All right, let's stretch out. Have a seat on your heels or in your mermaid position, whatever feels good. You're gonna take your left arm out to the side, cross it over your body, hook the opposite arm underneath it. Keep the left hand straight. And then go ahead and take that same hand behind you, grab your left elbow with the opposite arm and push it. Let's switch sides. Right arm crosses your body, the left hand hooks under. And then go ahead and take that right, push that right elbow back. The right elbow, grab your left hand, place it on your right elbow. Yeah, and then push it back. There you go. One more stretch here. You can actually use your towel for this. I will show you. I'm going to turn around for me so you can see the back. You're going to take one hand over your head and the other one under like this, and you're going to try to reach it with your fingers. If you can't do that, if your shoulders are really tight, you can take your washcloth in your right hand and then grab it with your other hand. And then maybe even get your hands a little closer towards each other this way and stay in that stretch, okay? So choose what works for you. And then let's switch sides. Other hand up, Other one behind you. Oh, the slide is tighter. Oh, why don't you use a washcloth? All right. Breathe. And then release. And we are done for today. Thank you so much. Okay. Unmute, unmute.
Thank you, Inessa. I got her scoot.
Sorry?
Thank you. I've got her run.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Great class.
Thank you.
Inessa. I'll
All
see you
right,
next
bye
week.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.